G'day and welcome to a pre-season edition of the Realistic Football Netball League web TV show. My name's Yeendy. I'm here with the RDFNL Operations Manager, Steve Williams, mate. You've not stopped, mate. You still look like you're running a marathon from the start of the season. How's it all going?
I've put on a few kilos.
Have you been able to get out for a run?
Oh, not as many as I'd like, and I need to, mate. I tell you what, I've put on a bit of weight since the season ended. So I don't know, maybe I've gone bald. Maybe it's the stress of the job through the season was keeping the weight off me, mate. I don't know. Anyway, look, there's still a bit happening, that's for sure. And but having said that, we also had a few days off around Cup Week and that type of thing too. So certainly good to relax a little bit, but certainly can't completely down tools at this time. Might be able to do that sort of once a few of us start to take holidays from sort of the end of December or thereabouts. So.
And the league will be closed for over the month of January anyway, and then returning to full business in Feb, which is pretty standard.
That's right, yeah. So most of us take leave from late December and through most of January, and then things will start to ramp up again from the end of January and early February, of course.
There's still a lot to go between now and then. One of the first issues we'll talk about is the departure of the Kilmore Junior Football Club, which was fairly recently. What details can you sort of go into with that situation?
Yeah, so the Kilmore Juniors, they applied mid-season. They notified us of their intention to, look to move on, unfortunately, but that's all taken place. They've applied and they've been approved to join the Northern Footy League. That's obviously where their senior club went 12 months ago. One of the big things for Kilmore was the travel and the need to realign themselves back with their senior club again. So unfortunately we've lost one of our really good junior clubs in Kilmore. They've obviously been quite a strong club. Quite a successful club as well over a number of years within the junior competition. So really sad to see them go, but we wish them well in the Northern Footy League for sure. Yeah,
well, important thing for the club there, and no doubt that'll work out the best that it can. One of the other big talking points, the introduction of the salary cap and a readjustment of the points system. What can we go through there?
Yeah, so the point system, we just go around again, and we've been through the process of clubs applying for their increase from the base of 42 points, and that's all gone through the commission and been voted on. And that information's been distributed back out to all of the clubs. The salary cap comes in this year, as you know. So for the Riddle League, our salary cap is $110,000, and we're just waiting on AFL Vic to sign off on, all the fine print in terms of the documentation. There's been some delays there, unfortunately, but we are hoping to have that this week, and as soon as we've got that gets distributed out to the clubs, and we move forward from there. So, probably a little bit like what the points was at the start of 2016. We'll probably move into 2017, I won't say with uncertainty, but with another new process to keep us well occupied, and probably like it was this year with the points, probably be a learning year for us next year as we work through the process there of the salary cap and how it all works.
And AFL Victoria have got a big job ahead of them anyway, because they're not catering just for your league, they're catering for most leagues under the banner. So it's certainly a big working process for them.
Yeah, it will be. Big year for everyone, no doubt about that.
And something that's big, we're seeing great improvements with women's football, obviously with the introduction of the AFL Women's League, which is kicking off in February. Great to see a few local youngsters having a crack from the region, from the Masson Ranges, which is outstanding. But we're also seeing the footy grow in women with AFL Goldfields. We've got a position that's up for grabs, which is exciting. So what can we go into about that? Because we're seeing so many new teams and clubs forming under AFL Goldfields.
Yeah, well. It won't be any great surprise to anyone to learn that it's really booming. The female football. Wardy was saying just the other week, the number of teams that we've got potentially goes from somewhere around 20, maybe to up to around 50. Either 2017 to 2018. So that's obviously a massive increase in numbers and in participation, and. Whereas previously that's been managed by Scott Carey, who's our Ballarat Footy League operations manager. we've now recognised the need to have that managed centrally. So yeah, we'll be on the lookout for a female football manager. I think the interviews for that potentially in the next few weeks. I'm not sure exactly when the deadline is, but I know the position's open at the moment. So yeah, it's pretty exciting for us at Goldfields, and yeah, pardon me, a new member of the team. Hopefully joining us probably early in the new year, I said.
And for more details on that, you can check out the AFL Goldfields website as well. For all lads, and especially with the new appointment when that happens.
So that ad's on Goldfields website. It's on all of the league websites, including our own.
Now, something that's taken good pride over the pre-season in junior footy, we've seen the RDFNL junior development program. Tell us a little bit about what's happening there, mate.
Yeah, so Grant McMillan, who's our football development manager, has been working on the junior academy program, and that's going to kick off. There's going to be a couple of sessions, I believe, before Christmas. And Grant was telling me earlier that he's meeting with some of the coaches, I think next week. So that's a good pathway for our junior footballers. That program, we identify as many of the better junior players as what we can, get them into that program. That sits ahead of our interleague for next season. So it's a good pathway for our younger footballers.
And just a great program to have as well to get them thinking footy and taking some of the skills back to their junior clubs, which is great for them to enhance their clubs and themselves.
No doubt about that.
Another big thing that's coming up, I know it's a little while away, but the RDFNL AGM's it's coming up pretty closely. What date is that locked in for, mate? And what sort of expect for the event?
Well, I don't know what to expect because I wasn't here last year. I should have known that. So obviously we go through the process of electing or re-electing our board members. That's obviously a very important activity that takes place at the time. I think about 3 or 4 of our board members are up for re-election this year. That's on the 7th of December. It's a Wednesday night here at Arnold's Creek. It starts at 6 o'clock. Certainly encourage as many people to come along as possible. It should be a good event and set the scene ahead of 2017.
No doubt another topic of conversation we'll probably discuss then as well, perhaps, is something we'll discuss now. The clubs have put in some of their requests for their 2017 fixtures. What's the latest there, mate?
Yeah, so what happens there is that the clubs submit that information through. I guess I gather that all up, analyse it, see how many I can or can't approve to meet with as many clubs' needs as possible. So that'll be a little bit of a timely process, and admittedly I haven't started it yet. We've sort of just finished getting all the submissions through from the clubs. The commitment is that we have the fixture published onto the website by Christmas, so the objective for me would be to have I guess a draft version ready to send out to the clubs by maybe the start of December or thereabouts, and earlier if I'm able to get to it at the time. So as I said, we'll just try and approve as many of the club requests as possible. Obviously, we probably won't be able to approve all of them because some of the clubs had quite a number. But I did ask the clubs to put them in their order of preference. So hopefully, all clubs will get their top priority.
It's always hard anyway, mate. There's when you've got so many teams to sort of factor in, and obviously ground usage and such as well. So it's obviously a huge time of year, but it's like 2016's barely finished, and most clubs, the football and netball departments, are also heading back on the field. So it's good to see all the clubs out there on Wednesday nights. I know some of them would be rallied to have a bit more of a longer break, but no rest for the wicked out there.
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, I know at Gisborne, where I live, obviously, I know they're not part of the Riddle League, but they started training last week. So they're into it, and I'm not too sure. I haven't heard from any of the RDFL clubs yet to see.
Most of them are starting to make their way out of the track already, so which is really positive, and some of them are new coaches too. So
it's pretty early in the season, it's fair to say.
Yeah,
wasn't. I don't think I started training before Christmas when I used to play, and again, that's a long time ago too.
Yeah, back when you were over at Kyneton, weren't you? Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Oh, back in the day, mate.
Oh, you wish you could relive those days?
No, not really.
That's why you're sitting here doing this job, mate. We appreciate you jumping on board here as part of the RDFNL Preseason web TV show, mate, and hope you can get some sort of rest between now and the AGM, and Yeah, hopefully you can give those out there a bit of an insight on what's happening behind the scenes.
Hopefully, Yeendy, and all the best to yourself. I know you've got the big day coming up for all the viewers. You're not aware, Yeendy's got the big day coming up very soon.
Yeah, heading off this week.
Heading off this weekend. So on behalf of everyone at the RDFL, mate, we firstly we say thanks for all your work throughout the year this year. But we wish you well for the big day. Hope the trip goes really well, and we look forward to seeing you back when you get back very soon.
Hopefully with a bit of a tan, mate. No, Jess and I really do appreciate the support you guys show us, and hopefully we'll come back and with a few stories to share and happy times, mate. So
Very good.
Always good to have a wedding squeezed in with a holiday. So we're heading out to Vanuatu and putting the feet up at a tropical island. So you want to swap spots, mate? You feel like you want to put your feet up on a tropical island somewhere and relax?
No. Jess is too good for me, mate.
That's good. I've no competition there. We wish you guys all the best out there and hope this is enough to sort of whet your appetite ahead of the upcoming season.
Thank you.